What's up guys? Today I'm checking out the world's thinnest foldable smartphone. So this is the Honor Magic V5, featuring a smart, sophisticated design and durability which we have not seen before in a foldable smartphone. So let's dive deeper and find out what this phone can do and how good it really is. Roll the intro. Alright, now first of all, inside the box you will find you've got a Type-C to Type-C charging cable, and this also comes with a back cover case, and I'll show you that case in action. So it just slips on the back, so it gives you some protection for the back cover and the hinge. And an added bonus, you have this kickstand made from metal, and that will allow you to prop this up for convenient multimedia consumption. How cool is that? Alright, so moving on to the design. So I have here the Honor Magic V5 in black, but you can also pick this up in ivory white or dawn gold. Now you can see that the corners are slightly rounded on one side, and on the other side they are more squared off. First thing I notice and feel is the size. This is without a doubt one of the thinnest flagship foldable smartphones I have ever tested. So the black version is 9mm folded. And if you unfold it, it's actually 4.2 millimeters, which is insanely thin, guys. This is more or less the same as the recently launched Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7. But if you pick up the Honor Magic V5 in the ivory white color, then it's actually thinner. It's 4.1 millimeters thin unfolded and 8.8 millimeters folded, making the ivory white version the thinnest foldable smartphone you can currently buy. So that's thinner than Samsung Z Fold 7. Now, not only thin, the Honor Magic V5 is also very light at only 222 grams. Now in the hands, this phone feels very sleek and comfortable to hold. The construction feels very premium. The back feels like glass with a smooth matte finish. We have a super slim metal frame going all the way around, and the camera bump does protrude out quite a bit. But that is because this foldable smartphone has the best periscope telephoto camera we have ever seen in a foldable smartphone, and it's capable of 3x optical or 100x digital zoom. So we have an amazing triple camera setup, and the camera samples are coming a little bit later in the video. Now Honor has also upgraded the hinge, and they are calling it the Honor 2nd Gen Super Steel hinge, which is so tough and durable it has been rated with a tensile strength of 23,000 MPa. That is very tough. So in the world of foldables, this is the most durable hinge we have ever seen. But the durability feature does not end there. Honor has given this phone a carbon fiber reinforced inner display screen with a new gen anti-scratch nano crystal shield, which increases drop protection by 10 times. The outer display also features the anti-scratch nano crystal shield with its 3-layer protection. So again, better drop and scratch resistance. Now the phone has an IP58 and IP59 dust and splash resistance. The outer display also features the anti-scratch nano crystal shield with its 3 layers of protection. The phone has IP58 and IP59 dust and splash resistance. And I like to add, you get 7 years of OS and security updates. So hardware and software designed to last a very long time, which is really nice to see. So design wise, it looks and feels great. It's not prone to fingerprints, feels so slim and light even when you unfold or fold the phone. Absolutely incredible design and engineering by the Honor team. Now let's quickly check out the ports. Now for ports, at the bottom of the phone we have 2 microphone holes, a dual 5G SIM tray, Type-C charging port, and a loudspeaker. On the side of the phone we have a power button which also doubles up as your fingerprint sensor, and above it you can see we have a volume rocker. Now up on top we have another microphone hole and secondary loudspeaker. And on this side we have nothing. Now I couldn't see an IR blaster anywhere on this phone, but within the apps I did see a smart remote app. So then I ran an IR test and the results are positive. Your phone does have an IR blaster. So further research, I can confirm there is an IR blaster hidden within the camera bump. So that is exciting to see, as Samsung foldables do not come with IR blasters. Now let's talk about those gorgeous displays. On the front we have a 6.43-inch OLED 8T LTPO display with 120Hz refresh rate. Screen resolution is 2376 by 1060 with 405 pixels per inch and can achieve up to 5000 nits of peak brightness, and also supports HDR, HDR10+, and Dolby Vision. When you unfold this phone, you are then presented with a gorgeous 7.95-inch OLED 8T LTPO display, also supporting 120Hz refresh, screen resolution 2352 by 2172 with up to 5000 nits of peak brightness, and the main screen also supports HDR10+ and Dolby Vision. Both displays do support dynamic refresh rate, which can automatically switch between 1Hz to 120Hz depending on what you're doing, but you also have the option to go 60Hz all the time or 120Hz all the time, and you can also switch apps on and off that can use that high refresh rate. Now, as with all foldable smartphones, there is going to be a crease in the middle. It's not as prominent as it's a brand new phone, and only time will tell whether that crease becomes more prominent with extended use. Now let's talk about the performance. The Honor Magic V5 is powered by the latest Snapdragon 8 Elite, running on a 3nm process with 8 cores and clocked at 4.32 GHz, combined with the Adreno 830 graphics. Now for RAM, we have 16 gigs of LPDDR5X RAM and the ability to extend the RAM by another 16 gigs of virtual RAM using spare internal storage space, so potentially 32 gigs of RAM. And for storage, we have 512 gigs of UFS 4.0 storage. Now it's time to check out the gaming performance. You can play any game from the Play Store on maximum settings. Now let's have a closer look at Call of Duty Mobile graphics settings. You have the option to select max for both graphics and frame rate at the same time, which is pretty damn good. The option for ultra frame rate is there, but when you select it, the graphics will drop down to medium, which is still not bad. So leaving both on the highest settings, let's go ahead and check out some gameplay.
Lost Alpha. Enemy contact. Enemy down. UAV recon is standing by. Repeat, UAV recon is standing by. We captured B. Target down. Predator missile awaiting orders. Down. UAV online. Enemy contact. Target down. We've taken the lead. Down. Hostile sentry gun in your AO. Friendly Predator missile down. We've taken the lead.
So after a full game of Call of Duty Mobile, you can see 39 degrees Celsius and it says light throttling, but user experience is not impacted. To me, the game played really well, but I also want to add that the speakers are absolutely insane. This smartphone features stereo speakers, so when unfolded, you have one speaker on the right at the top, and then you have one on the left near the bottom. And this does support DTS and DTS:X sound. So unfortunately, no Dolby Atmos, but nevertheless, the speakers are pretty good quality, and the volume does get very loud. And here is a quick audio sample for you guys.
Cold Mortal Kombat. Your goddess has no dominion here.
Alright, so now let's talk cameras. So we have triple cameras on the back, a 50 megapixel primary, and it's the Sony IMX 906 image sensor. And this is the same sensor as found in the Realme GT7 Pro, the OnePlus 13T, the Xiaomi 14T, OnePlus Ace 5, Honor GT Pro, and some others. This phone also has a 50 megapixel ultra wide. I'm not sure which image sensor they're using there. And the third sensor is a 64 megapixel periscope telephoto lens, which supports 3x optical zoom and 100x AI super digital zoom. And Honor is calling it the best telephoto zoom camera we have ever seen in a foldable. Now on the front outer screen, we have a 20 megapixel camera. And when you open up to the main screen, you have another 20 megapixel camera. Now let me give you guys a quick walkthrough of the camera app. You have night mode, portrait mode, photo mode, video mode, and the maximum resolution under video is 4K 60. If we switch to the front facing camera, maximum resolution is 4K 30. Pro mode, and then under more, you have a bunch of other options that you can play around with, including aperture, slow motion, time lapse, high resolution, dual view, and lots more. Let's go ahead and check out the camera samples. So this is 4K 60. Front camera, maximum resolution, 4K 30. Alright, so moving on, the battery capacity is 5,820 milliamp hours, and this supports 66 watts supercharging. And unfortunately, I did not have a charger included in the box. Now, charging speeds are pretty fast. It takes only 43 minutes to achieve 100% charge with a 66 watt fast charger, and 50% charge in only 16 minutes. That's not all. This phone also features 50 watt wireless supercharging. Furthermore, this is running Android 15 with Honor MagicOS version 9 on top. Now, other things to mention, you get Wi-Fi 7, dual SIM 5G, Bluetooth 6.0, you got NFC, and all Google services are included as standard. So complete Play Store, YouTube, Gmail, everything is there without any limitations. And as mentioned earlier, this has an IR blaster, which is hidden within the camera module. Now let's check out system and benchmark info. Starting off with DRM info, which shows Google Widevine level 1. Now a few other things to confirm: the supported HDR types, you can see Dolby Vision, HDR10, HDR10 Plus and HLG, and you can see the supported refresh rates as well. Okay, and for you Netflix fans out there, just to confirm, Netflix does support Dolby Vision streaming with spatial audio. Now if you open up CPU-Z, you can see Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite, 4.32 GHz, you can see the clock speeds, and I can also confirm Adreno 830 graphics. Now on to the benchmarks, starting off with Geekbench, single core score 1233 and multi-core score 4887. And in the Antutu benchmark test, this phone achieves 1.68 million. Now Geekbench and Antutu are giving us a much lower score than what we usually get with a Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset. And due to restrictions, 3D Mark tests was not possible, but I will run 3D Mark at a later stage after the phone has been officially launched. And to give you an idea of how powerful this smartphone is, let's check out the latest smartphone performance chart of 2025. showing you all the latest smartphones and seeing how they compare with each other. And all smartphones are ranked by Geekbench multi-core score. So higher the score, more powerful the phone, and therefore higher the phone ranks on this chart. And I have also given each phone a score out of 100. Now, as you guys can see, the Honor Magic V5 has taken position 25 on this chart with a Geekbench multi-core score of 4887, and I've given this phone an overall rating of 85 out of 100. And looking at this list, you can see the Honor Magic V5 is the most underperforming Snapdragon 8 Elite phone we have seen this year. Snapdragon 8 Elite phones usually end up in the top 10, so no idea why this Honor Magic V5 did not meet expectation in the benchmark performance tests. Now, as usual, I will be constantly updating this chart, so to see the most recent, head over to chixtech.com to read it at your leisure, and of course completely free of charge. Now let's quickly talk about the OS. So Honor MagicOS 9 feels very refined. You have a lot of great features to take advantage of that inner larger display, like multitasking. You have global taskbar, multi-flex, you've got app scaling, app extender, and parallel space. There are a lot of features that you can play around with to take advantage of that larger inner screen. Now you've got Honor AI features baked in with Google Gemini, and the features are quite vast, and here is a quick look at what you can expect. So we have AI suggestions, Magic Sidebar, Magic Text, Magic Portal, AI Subtitles, AI Translate, we've got Call Translation, AI Writing, AI Deepfake Detection, Smart Sensing, and Air Gestures. And all you do is tap on any of these to give you an example on how to use that feature. So there you have it, guys. That was the new Honor Magic V5. And here are my pros and cons. So great overall design with very strong durable hinge, scratch resistant body and glass. Both front and main screen feature 120Hz OLED display, very slim and light, great battery life, and fast charging both wired and wireless. You have an amazing triple camera setup with 100x zoom, supports display out via Type-C. You get splash and dust resistance, Dolby Vision, HDR10+, and there is an IR blaster, and also great quality internal speakers. Now the caveats: lack of Dolby Atmos support, and a weaker performance than expected from the Snapdragon 8 Elite. Whilst you're not going to notice that difference with everyday tasks, so general operation, the phone seems very fast in performance with no lag at all. But when pushing the phone to the limit, like benchmarks or certain games, you will notice and see the difference. So it appears Honor may have underclocked the processors to prevent overheating issues. Other than that, this is a very well-rounded, well-designed foldable smartphone. Now the latest pricing info will be available in the description box along with all relevant links. Now if you want to see more of my latest and greatest unbiased tech reviews, hit the like button, sub to the channel, and hit the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.